I'm not going to lie right now. I'm sure many people here enjoyed some of Smackdown with no problem. Maybe some people didn't like it completely, but it was a viable show and you were all right with it. I was pissed. Last night when I looked at Raw, and I did a full Raw review on it. Well, not absolutely everything, but I did a review on it. It freaking pissed me off. Because why do I care about SummerSlam when they already did most of the stuff already that could be left for SummerSlam? I'm just saying. So I'm going to SmackDown Live and I'm hoping they don't do the same thing. And guess what? For most things, they did the same thing. And it angers me. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. Just tell me the reason why I should be calm and see good things that happen. But I'll explain the reason why I'm so pissed. Let's talk about the things that wasn't bad. The putting over Shinsuke Nakamura by Super Cena. Cena comes out. He clearly said, just like I said last week, Super Cena was there and he got his ass whooped. And he said it himself, I'm Super Cena and I thought I was going to become 17-time champ. I was going to go right through Jinder Mahal. And guess what? I got my ass kicked. So I'm glad he put him over. Was it a great put over? No, it wasn't exactly the greatest. But it was good enough to honestly say that Shinsuke Nakamura was important. Then Baron Corbin comes out. And they have their little banter between one another. And you got garbage dumpster burning a garbage dumpster. That means he just a piece of crap that needs to be burnt, I guess. It was stupid and it was funny. And I won't lie that I laughed. I'm worried about Baron Corbin for the simple reason that Cena has already lost to Shinsuke Nakamura. And now he's going to be dealing with a Baron Corbin. Now, of course, Cena's not going to lose any credibility if he gets his ass kicked by Baron Corbin. But I don't see it happening. Particularly what happened later tonight. I'm just like, oh, it's not something I'm comfortable about. But still what we got. Now, the one I want to talk about that was funny. The Fashion Po-Po dealing with Art Anderson because Telly, the little fabric stick horse, the stick horse got ripped apart, and it was because it was called Telly because of Telly Blanchard, because Art Anderson could not stand the fact that Telly Blanchard is now the horse of the Fashion Police, and he's saying, I am the true stud of the Four Horsemen. I should have been put on there. I'm going to take your donuts. Screw you. And we need to investigate this more. What? Are you telling me that they were building up to all this and they make it about Art Anderson being angry at Telly Blanchard because Telly Blanchard is the one that's getting credit for the Four Horsemen because it should be Art Anderson getting credit? Shouldn't it be Ole Anderson that should be getting a little more credit because he felt like he was the one that made everything get together because he's the one that talked about it? I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me. But as far as I understood when it came to the Four Horsemen, they all came together because Ole was currently managing and booking at the time, so he managed to get all that stuff straightened out. Yes, everyone had the charisma. Yes, everybody did what they need to do. But still, it was about Ole. That's how he feels about it. But anyway, that was it about. That's what it was about. Oh my God. I was hoping for a bigger payout, but counting on what they're going to do after this is going to be the question. I still think the Fashion Police is beautifully funny. I love seeing these two work. They make me laugh. They're not Abbott and Costello. They don't beat each other up. They're not Laurel and Hardy. They're not that far in, but I won't say they're not as funny to a certain point that can make me laugh, something like that. I'm just saying. Now, New Day comes out. And I know I'm saying New Day when I should be talking about the Usos destroying the Canadian and the Long Island IC. But I want to talk about New Day first. Here's the thing. I love me some New Day. I'm glad that New Day is so loved. But I would have liked not to see 50-50 booking here. I know people are going to say, well, they got to beat them up. But here's the problem. If you do it all the time with almost everybody, when is it ever going to be special? They should have stayed away another week. And then there would be a fight. and then let some people come out and try and separate 3 out of 2. It would have been more interesting that way. So you wouldn't know who really is the most important person here. Should it be about Jimmy and Jay, or should it be about the New Day with Biggie, Kofi, and Xavier Woods? I just felt like it was so telegraphed. I knew they were coming back and they were going to beat each other up. I just felt it wasn't necessary. Now, Charlotte had a match. Charlotte had a match with Lana. Charlotte proceeded to kick the ass of Lana. I said this before, and I mean this. And don't get me wrong, it was kind of comedic seeing that Lana was trying to beat Charlotte, and Charlotte trying to be so superior. Look, in this respect, where there was very little wrestling done, Charlotte looked good because there was very little wrestling. Let's be honest. Lana is truly no match for her in actuality because Lana really doesn't know how to work a real match yet. She's still too green. So it made Charlotte look good no matter what. But then you wonder, how is this going to go down? I still believe this, even though what happened with Tamina is important. But I do believe this. They reached a point with Lana because Rusev is still working. They really want to have Rusev and Lana work together, but they're not going to do it because Lana doesn't want it. Unless she does something stupid, they have a promise to keep, and they're going to keep her on that path as a wrestler. So you know what they did? She said, I don't want to be with Rusev, not because I don't love him. I just want to be a wrestler. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to let you work with Tamina. We're going to let you run with Tamina. We're going to let you manage Tamina, and you're going to wrestle periodically with Tamina. That's what they did. So essentially, Lana, who really isn't experienced yet, is working with a veteran in a Tamina who, I don't care what anyone says, Tamina deserves to have a title shot and deserves to hold a title at least once. I don't give a damn what you say. Give me a reason why she's a terrible jobber. Give me a reason why she's any better than Alicia Fox, Michelle McCool, Layla, and several others that I'm not going to mention over the years, including Kelly Kelly, Kansas Michelle. I know people are going to say they could wrestle. Yeah, but what did they do before they wrestled? They were tits and ass. So what's the difference? So I believe that Tamina is going to have Lana as her manager for a while. And instead of Lana having Tamina as the manager, it's going to be Tamina having Lana. And that's something different. I wanted to see this for a while, and now if this is where they're going, where Lana is going to be Tamina's manager, this is exactly what she needed. Finally, she gets a push. This might be the beginnings of it. I'm actually happy about it, but it is obvious that Lana in real life is kind of getting the shaft here. She really wants to become a wrestler. Instead of throwing her to NXT and let her perfect her craft down there, she's now on Smackdown Live, and she's got this. It sucks, but let's be honest. This is what she asked for. This is what she got. Now, we're going to the women again, and my Naomi versus the Carmella. Here's the thing. You know how much I love Naomi. She's actually in my face right now. This is my woman. I love her very much. I'm one of the few people over the last, I don't know how many years, who has been in her corner. I don't know if anyone knows. I've been talking about Naomi for 5 straight years. You guys tell me below, have you ever heard anyone other than myself who has always said Naomi Knight, I go by that, deserved better than what she got? I really believe that she had potential. I really believe that she should become a champion. And look what happened. She finally became one. So, you know how I feel. And when I see Naomi dealing with a Carmella, this is what I see. I see Naomi eventually jobbing to someone, either to a Natalya or a Carmella. The question for me is this. Taking away from the match and taking away what happened with Ellsworth, and the segment that she had, and I'm talking about Ellsworth, talking about, Carmella, and talking about Natalya, I just feel that Naomi time is very short, that they're going to make her job and give up that title to either one of those women. I just don't see her retaining for much longer. I don't want to see that because I honestly believe that Naomi should stay champion because they need to make the Smackdown title relevant. They're not doing it with the other title, even with Alexa Bliss. So I want to see Naomi hold that title for a while and actually have a feud with Tamina. This is just how I feel. The match was good, and in the end, it was Carmella who won. And it pissed me off because of Ellsworth. And the little talk they had after that with Natalya wasn't bad. Look, I love me Natalya too. I always did. I always will. She's the best I love. She's the one I can't live without and the one that always be there forever. I don't even know what I just said. But you got my point. In the end, it wasn't a bad segment, but still, I just see this. And I'm hoping I'm wrong because I truly want to see Naomi last a while. Now, the Shinsuke Nakamura interview with Renee Young. Now, it kind of is interesting seeing that Renee Young keeps going back and forth from SmackDown and Raw. It's kind of cool that it makes it important that it's going to be Renee Young who's doing the interview between both brands. And it's not Michael Cole, which is a nice thing to see. Michael Cole, let him stay doing something as an administrator for the WWE.com website. I don't know what else he's doing. He used to do something. I don't remember. But it's good to see she's doing it. But here's the thing when you see Shinsuke Nakamura. He doesn't talk English very well. So they need to make sure that his segments are short, sweet, and to the point. And this is what I hope they understand after doing this segment with Renee Young. They need to make his segments short. They need to make them impactful and important. Just like Paul Heyman said in the rise and fall of ECW. I actually saw it. I've been actually transferring a lot of my DVDs to my computer. Been ripping them and putting on there. Legitimate ones, I bought them. He always said, accentuate the positive, hide the negative. Shinsuke doesn't talk very well. So make sure that his segments are short, sweet, to the point. And I thought he needs some more work. Even though they were short and sweet, it didn't feel like it was very strong and impactful to the point. So this is something I think he'll need to work on. But it doesn't mean it isn't important. I'm actually glad it did happen. Now, what do we got here that's left? The Shane McMahon rules. This isn't the title, but the rules and his past. We got Kevin Owens. We got AJ Styles. We got the segment in the 1 hour main event. And we're hearing what's going to happen at SummerSlam. Now, the problem I see is this. The segment wasn't bad. It wasn't bad with AJ. Kevin Owens stirred the pot well. They showed a 1998 shot of Stone Cold versus Mankind and Shane screwing Mankind. Helping Mankind to win and screwing Steve Austin. I don't know if I got that shot in the series I had. I think I don't have it. Seeing him about to do the 1, 2, 3. I have to check. If I don't, I'll try and look for it. But if I don't, Stone Cold almost tried to kick his ass badly. So this is what we got. We got a punch to AJ's face. We got a Pele kick to a Shane McMahon. And you got a question of what's really going to happen. Is it going to be Shane versus AJ? Is it going to be Shane versus Kevin Owens? And that's a problem. I want to see something clear-cut and understandable. Because as it stands, the way they've been doing these screwy endings between between Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, you wonder how far they're going to go with this. And are they going to try and turn Shane heel? I'm hoping they don't turn him heel. I'd rather keep him as he is because they need a standard. But they're doing this and it's like the booking just doesn't seem to be right. Instead of making it more clear-cut, it would have been better if there wasn't a punch and there wasn't a Pele kick. It just doesn't feel right. It's just me. I just feel like they need to be more focused. And if it's Road Dogg who's still writing this, it sucks, dude. It sucks. Now, last but not least, Jinder Mahal versus Randy Orton. Standard match, no Singh brothers. A real, honest-to-goodness match in Jinder's own country of Canada. He is a Canadian. The crowd was cheering their asses off for him. They were begging for him to win. And guess what? He loses. Then Randy Orton goes up the ramp and gets kicked in the face by a Rusev. Are you serious? Let me get this straight. You have roughly 2 weeks left before SummerSlam. You got to make the feud between Shinsuke Nakamura and Jinder Mahal mean something. I've been stating this for months when it came to Jinder. He needs to win matches clean to have credibility. And there has been barely any matches he won clean. Maybe one. And that's it. The rest has been the Singh brothers or the Great Khali. Instead of letting him have a really good win over a former champion, you job out Jinder Mahal to Randy Orton to end supposedly their feud, and then let Rusev kick Randy Orton's face off, so the feud between Randy Orton and Rusev will mean more important than Jinder Mahal and Shinsuke Nakamura. Sorry for the noise. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this for quite a long time. The WWE doesn't understand what they're doing anymore. You have older talent that's going to be retiring soon or getting prone to injuries multiple times. Then you have the jobbers, the ones who have been established for quite a while. Sometimes they give them something, but the majority of the time they give them nothing. And they're useless. And a lot of times they leave because they get tired of it. Look at what happened with Cody Rhodes. Look at what happened to Ryback. Look what happened to CM Punk. They just don't use people properly. And then you have the new up-and-comers. The Roman Reigns, the Seth Rollins, the Dean Ambrose, the Charlottes, the Becky Lynches, the Sasha Banks. And you see these people, all this new talent coming in, giving opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to become multiple-time champions and make the titles mean three things. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Only Naomi has made her title mean something. Tamina, who should have her own title now, hopefully if she wins, it will mean something. Jinder Mahal, who has been there for years, just like Naomi, just like Tamina, just like Zack Ryder, have been there for years and have barely gotten any freaking shine. And it's their time. You know why? Because they need them. Literally. The WWE is passing over the current roster for the new roster who is not ready. They didn't book them properly. Many of them are still green like Charlotte. And the people, most of them don't know them or feel like because they're not given proper storylines, they're rushed in their storylines, and then they're jobbed out really quickly. What was the point of coming to NXT? What was the freaking point, WWE? This is why I'm going like, why do I care about what's going on with SummerSlam where most of it's already been done on this show? They've done such damage. Please someone tell me below why I should have more hype for SmackDown Live or Raw. Actually, I think I care more about SmackDown Live and Raw. And that's saying a lot. Because SmackDown Live doesn't have as much. They got way less than Raw. But I rather care about what's going on SmackDown Live when it comes to the Fashion Police, and coming to Tamina, what's coming to Naomi, what's happening with Jinder Mahal, if Jinder hadn't jobbed, what's going on with AJ, and what's going on with Kevin Owens. I care more about that and Baron Corbin than what's going on in Raw. But you guys tell me below. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace!